Alright, well, I'm leaving my little campsite next to the river. I got shorts on since my pants are still drenched. And I'm using a fanny pack since I don't have any pockets. And I'm going to start using the trekking poles. Howdy! Although trekking poles wouldn't have helped when I was in that trench. This is a nice little pretty pond. Well, I'm going to take a little break with this beautiful view. Just get my sit pad out and some peanut M&Ms. Just be here for maybe 10 minutes. Whew. Nice. Yeah, this would have been hard to do in the rain. It was slippery. It's just a mile of climbing up these rocks. Thank God the sun came out for a bit. Well, when it rains, it pours. Yesterday was so rough. Like, my jaw is so sore. I'm surprised I didn't break it because I literally slammed. Because that freaking hole that I fell into was bottomless. My hole just on the granite. And I'm sore, pulling myself out of it. Everything was wet. Everything's drying at least. There's sun. Oh God, there's sun. I want to stay in it all day. But I have to go back into the tree line now. I've only done 1 mile. I should have been doing a bit more. But it was kind of rough going up those granite pieces. So now I can probably catch up a little bit. I had a snack, but I'm gonna have a real lunch at the next lean-to or whatever. But yeah, so when it rains, it pours. My InReach has the blank screen of death. I called them. They're saying that my version is too late and I need to put it on a computer to update it. And then once I do that, it should work. If it doesn't, they said that they will return it or exchange it or whatever. But I don't know where to find a computer to do an update. You can't do it on libraries. They don't allow you to update stuff usually. Maybe someone at Monson has a laptop. Like, that'd be awesome if if they could maybe help me out. I really don't like having my InReach SOS button, letting my dad know I'm okay, and even like when I need a ride at the road that I'll be at in 2 days, I don't have service at that road. I know I don't because I got picked up from it. So last time I texted my sister and she called them to pick me up, and I don't have that now. My InReach is not working. But I looked it up on Gut Hooks, and like 5 miles or 4 or 5 miles before the road, we are at the top of a mountain, and so I'll have service then. And I know how fast I am, so that's a good place to call them, and then I'll be able to meet them. But that's just lucky. Yeah, I really don't like having my InReach. I didn't realize how much comfort it was bringing until it's not working. I'm so sore. I'm tired, but I'm gonna keep going. Got my knee brace on. I think that seems to be working. The ankle braces, I don't think so. Everyone at camp left before me. I just took my time because, well, the sun was coming out, and so I was trying to dry off my clothes as much as I could before I had to put them on because, God, putting wet clothes on sucks. All right, well, oh my God, so sore. I will catch you on the flip side. Over and out. I've been like debating if I wanted to talk about this or not, but like this is also my diary, so I kind of want to rant. But when I first flew into Bangor, I took a bus, and there was a bunch of hikers. One of them, we sat together, we talked together. When we got to the lodge together, we stayed in the same room together. We hung out for 2 days until he started his hike a day before me. Anyways, he was hammocking, and he didn't have an underquilt or a pad. And it does get cold out at night out here, even if it's summer. It's Maine. And, you know, I felt bad, and so I said, hey, I have my inflatable and my foam. You can use my inflatable until we get to Monson, the first town. And so you can order one right now at the lodge, and it'll be there in Monson or whatever, and you can give it to me. And so he said, okay, cool. Well, I came back to Monson early from the trail, as you guys know, and he was there, and he's like, oh, I need to give you your pad or whatever. And he was looking at pads at their gear store, but they didn't have like the right ones. I think that's what he was hoping for, that they would have a pad that he'd want. And he said, he's like, I'm just going to order one. And so I was like, all right, well, because now it was going to get colder, that we had a rain spell coming. So it was going to drop into the 40s at night. And that's even scarier. So like, I was like, all right, you can use the pad until the next town. And like, but I was, you know, I was just, I don't know, I wasn't feeling good about it. He was kind of being aloof. Anyways, now he's gone to 2 towns. He's in Stratton. I'm way behind him. I am never going to catch up. And like, it's like a loose thread always, you know, and that's $180 pad that is sold out everywhere right now. So it's like priceless. And I just want it back. And so I texted him. He has not communicated at all with me. And he texted me back, and he said, I was hoping to use the pad until mine came in. And I was like, oh, okay, did you order one? And he said, no, not yet. I'm going to tomorrow. And that kind of just set me off. I was like, dude, you were supposed to order a pad at the AT Lodge and then at Monson, and you could have ordered one anytime. Right now I have service on trail. Like, even while I'm texting you at this very moment, you could do it. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. Like, what is going on? Like, I just felt like he was abusing my kindness and, you know, manipulating me or whatever. And then he was like, oh, if I knew you were going to be cool about it, I wouldn't have taken it. So he's totally gaslighting me. He was pretending that he wasn't supposed to have one at Monson, or, you know, even though we thoroughly discussed this. And so he just flipped it around and said, like, made it seem like I was the bad guy, and I was just not having it. I didn't argue or anything. I just said, can you please send my pad to Monson? Can you please send my pad to Monson? And finally he said, yeah, and he said that he sent it. And so it should be here in a couple days. And, we'll see. I'm hoping that he's not lying, and I'm also hoping that there's no holes or anything. He's now used that pad more nights than I have. And, you know, like I said, it's an expensive pad, and he just didn't care. He didn't communicate with me, and he didn't buy a pad. Like, he was totally, and like, if I didn't text him, like, when was he gonna text me? In fucking Georgia? You know? Like, when he finished the trail, he's gonna give me the pad back. Like, it just all seemed shady as fuck, and we'll just see what happens from here on out. But I just needed to talk about that. It's been putting a bad taste in my mouth, and yeah. So onwards we go. I've only done like 1.5 miles, so tonight, if I'm feeling up to it, I might night hike. Because I really want to get this section done in 3 days, so I can start off on my journey to Caratunk. I think that's how you pronounce it. Caratunk. And also, ooh, Jesus. This trail, man, it's a hazard. And also, I just want to get this 100-mile wilderness out of the way. I'm so done with it. Absolutely done. I think I'm going to be hitting my 100-mile marker, though, in a couple miles. So that's kind of cool. And, yeah, I got to get these mountains ahead of me done. They're called the chairbacks. But like I said, I want to do lunch at one of the lean-tos that's coming up. I think it's like in 3 miles or 2 miles or whatever. I'm really hungry, and so I'm gonna have my noodles or something. And then I want to go to Cloud Pond lean-to to stay the night. It's supposed to be really beautiful. All right, well, over and out. If you want a trail where you need to process some stuff and maybe breathe or think about your life or whatever, I would do the PCT. Because it's so smooth that you can, sorry, oops, I got mosquitoes. It's so smooth that you can think about whatever. You don't have to think. Oh! I'm so sorry, tree. I just broke a tree. God damn it. You don't have to think about where you're gonna place your feet. You just got a live action show. I love it on some days, and I hate it on the other days. Today's one of those days where I wish I could just put in miles, but there's so many obstacles that it's making me go really slow. And I don't even think I'm going to be able to hit my easy goal today, which was 12 miles. Unless I do night hiking. So it's frustrating, quite honestly. And I hope that's not search and rescue. And I know I'm Sobo and this takes time, and once I leave Vermont, it'll be so much quicker. But dang, is it frustrating right now not to get some miles in, to work my butt off and not see the accomplishment. Another mosquito bumped into my eyeball right when I closed it, and I killed it. And it's just disgusting to have mosquito guts on your eyelids and possibly eyeball. Thought you guys should know. I'm so angry at myself. We had a water crossing, fairly big one, and I took off my socks and shoes and put them in my big pocket, and then I did it, and halfway through I fell, and everything is wet, and like all my clothes, like all I have left is my sleep system. My shoes are wet, drenched again, and I couldn't be bothered to put my socks on, so right now I'm currently ruining the soles. I'm just so mad at myself. Like, all it took was 5 seconds to put everything in my actual backpack to keep it watertight. But no, I'm so fucking impulsive that I just go. And I fall because I'm clumsy and impulsive. And shit like this happens. And like, this is the second night where everything is wet. Yesterday it rained, but I also fell in that trench. I know I'm swearing a lot, but I'm just so mad at myself. And quite frankly, the wilderness. I was so slow today that I literally in 2 days did what I had planned out to do in 1 day. So that's awesome. But I'm sorry, I cannot hike in drenched clothes, and I'm not hiking in my sleep clothes. So I'm going to sleep, I guess. I mean, everything just dried. And like, my knee brace is soaking wet. Everything's, just want to get this done. But my ADHD is so awful, or my attention span. that today I only did 4 miles. Who the f is 4 miles? No, like, it's ridiculous. And it's just because I got out late. I finished up packing everything at 10:30. And then I took a break at 11. Or 11:30, noon. And then I took another break. And then I had service. So I called Garmin, and that was a good thing I did. But tomorrow, I have to put my head in the game and do some real miles. Yeah, well, it's late and I'm wet, and so I'm going to make camp. The next lean-to is in point 3, and that's where I'm headed, because I don't want to keep ruining my shoes. All right, this has been 3.5 minutes, so over and out. All right, I got my clothes everywhere. We got my bra and bandanas, useless, freaking, gaiters, there we go. My brace, stuff inside my backpack, my, hipster belt thingy, bandana, shirt, bra, rain jacket. Everything is wet except for these leggings, my melly, and one pair of socks and my beanie. That's it. Everything else is wet. This is worse than yesterday.